What's up, everyone? Welcome back to A Line in the Stars. I'm Jordan, and it's time for a night shift. Oh, man, another package has arrived from Fanhome, and I am super excited because this one came with toys. Well, not really toys, so to say, but it has a gift, a bunch of cheesy-ass posters, which I'm super excited about. We're going to be doing stages 3 and stages 4. And then we're going to be doing all of these mods over here. So let me go ahead and pull up chat real fast. Seems like there already some stuff going on here. What's up, Todd? What's up, Michael? What's up, Chase? All right, you guys. So let's see here. Okay. Let's go and start by getting some stuff open here. And let's start by getting our goodies opened up. Now, this poster looks pretty cool, and the quality seems all right. So, there we are. I said the quality seems all right, and then it's like paper. Oh, buddy. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Unless, oh, this is like a folder. That's kind of cool. Oh, dude. So, all right, watched the roast of the Hoff the other night, and it was pretty hilarious. And this is 100% that cheese. And yeah, Todd, the cheese is amazing. Yeah, I don't know if these are going to go up on the wall. Oh, wow. Compressor decided to kick on right then and there. All right. We got Michael, Devin, and Bonnie with the convertible kit, which is pretty cool. Awesome. Oh, this one is definitely going up. I really like that shot. Oh, cool. All right. Well, that's a cool little gift. Like, I don't know. What was it? The Falcon, I had to wait a little bit for my first gift. And then yeah, it was the Enterprise. I also had to wait a little bit as well. So it's kind of cool. You get a gift right off the bat. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and set these off to the side. And actually, now that I think about it, this outside is the same material as the magazine covers, which is pretty cool. So, I don't know. I get excited about stupid things like that. So, all right. Stage 3. I have been following along, Todd, with your build, and I have it ready over here to my side, and I'm going to set my mods off to the side, And let's go ahead and get opened. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, build each stage, and then we're just going to mod it and talk about it. So let's see if I can get this one right. I just replaced my blade. So, ooh, I was ready for this one. Nice. Yeah, I know about the watch. I'm super excited about that one too. So, all right. Well, that actually worked out really, really well. All right, let's go ahead and pull that parts off. Oh man, it's like I've done this once. Just once. All right. So we have our tire, which is super cool. And once again, I'm a big dude. And I got a big hand. And this is going to be a big car. Just kind of the thing that I keep getting reminded of. Oh, I see what you're saying about the molding line, Todd, around the outside there. Okay. So yeah, maybe kind of hard to pick up on the camera here, but around the outside. So both the sides of the tire are the same, but one has got a very, very heavy molding line around the outside. So we're going to be putting that towards the inside of the tire. So, all right, got that one. And then we have all of our screws and all that. So let's go ahead and get our screws separated real fast. Yeah, I want a Coke float too. That sounds amazing. All right. Well, so our BP. Let's grab our screw set here. Set the little packaging next to it. Got our metal screws, EM. Ooh. I was curious if all of these Partwork screws from Fanhome and DeAgostini and stuff like that, if like, say, well, I guess do the Enterprises and Kit, do they share the same size screws, or are the AMs completely different from each other? I was curious because I was wondering if I can just combine all of my screws into like one little thing. So kind of curious. All right. All right. So every build is different. Thanks. That's perfect. Good to know. I almost combined the screws last time and I was like, oh, nope. We're not doing that. So, all right. We got our pieces all separated out there. Ah, that makes total sense. Okay. Yeah, it's likely every one AM screw is another build's FM screw. Yeah, that makes total sense. And then so we have our BP, our EM, AM, FM, and then we have our little washer here, and it's going to be what we put into the into the hubs, in the hubcaps. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and pull up your instructions. It says in stage 3, you will join the rim, tire, brake parts, and knuckle to form the first wheel on your model. One of the cool things about the magazine for this, let me go ahead and see if I can do this real fast. I might be a little bit more prepared. See? The one thing I really do like is the cheesiness here of the parts list. And when you look at the graphics on the inside of the magazines and what have you, it is kind of cheesy and super 80s. Universal leaned into this 100% when they helped with the design, I feel. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that back down here, go across. A little bit more prepared for this one. Hold on, maybe there we go. So let's go ahead and I'm going to start by grabbing, what is it? This piece here. Oh, wow. That's metal. Yeah, that's die cast for sure. All right, one of the things that is mentioned here is to be very careful with the valve stem here. It can be knocked out, and you don't want to do that. All right, so you can soak this in warm water, and if I have to, I will, but I really don't feel like dealing with a wet tire right now. So let's go ahead and push this into place. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My big stupid meat hook hands, no problem at all. So let's make sure to get it all sealed in. I'm going to push along the outside of the tire. There we are. Very nice. All right, cool. So now we're going to go ahead and flip this over. And we are going to secure this. Another metal piece. This is pretty cool. We're going to secure this one into place, and we're going to line up the lugs inside here with the receivers here. So get that lined up. Best we can, anyway. Well, not best we can. We have to get that all completely lined up. All right, excellent. So there we are. All right, so then we're going to be using 3 EM screws, and I'm going to grab my ridiculously large solvent bottle, by the way. Good Lord. And just a reminder to use 3-in-1 oil for any time you're joining metal pieces or metal screws to metal pieces. So the screws will pull it together. Perfect. I was curious. I see you see me thinking, like, what is going on here? All right, so we're going to use one of our EM screws here. Dip it in our oil. Let's go ahead and get it down into place. It seems like we have to push down a little bit. Should this be getting down in there further? All right. Yeah, I see. Okay. So squeeze it enough to get the screw inserted. Got it. Yeah, I have the magnetic screwdrivers are the way to go. And I did just recently pick up a set of the Weras. So this is kind of among my first times. Oh, that's why they say warm the rubber. I see. Gross. But you can manhandle it. I see. All right. You know, if I can't get this, I will go warm the rubber. That is disgusting. But I did pick up a set of Weras recently, and it's been 100% worth it. Did that connect? Nope. All right. Looks like I am going to soak this in warm water. Yeah, I know. Oh, well, hold on. Yeah, we're able to get it down just by pinching. Not a loaf, but the wheel. All right, I'm gonna go grab some warm water. I'll be right back. Well, thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. And we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of a soaky soak here. So let's go ahead and pop our pieces out. All right. A little weird. Do I have a towel handy? I was painting earlier. I do. I'm here now. Yeah, I was painting earlier, and yeah, I've shot a couple of episodes today, actually. So I actually have a nasty towel nearby. All right. How supple do I have to let the plastic be? Or the rubber? It's kind of a weird one. It's saying, oh, what is it saying here? Oh, 30 seconds or so. All right. So let's go ahead and pull that out. Okay. It is still, Fortunately, my girlfriend just took a shower, so the water's not super hot. So, all right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's get this dried off real quick. All right. Let's try this again. It is a little softer, I will say that. A little bit more supple. That's gross. That is a gross phrase. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, yeah. Now that made a big difference. You can tell already. So I'm not sure if I got oil on this one or not. So we're just going to go ahead and dip that in our 3-in-1 oil. Let's see if we can get this down. Oh, yeah, there we go. No. Okay, so magnetic screwdrivers are great until they grab it when you don't want it to. I had it going until I didn't. It was awesome until it wasn't. Oh my God. So, the glorious things that you guys don't get to see me do in my videos is being a total klutz. And so, here we are. Sharing it for the world to see. Watch as Jordan struggles. Are we cinching down? There we go. There we go. Finally. Getting the rubber nice and supple. I gotta stop saying that. Oh, pre-threading the oil. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Pre-threading the holes with oil. But seem to be pulling it down into place now. Very good. All right. Let's grab our last EM screw. And this one should be nice and easy to put into place. And that certainly was the case. All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Find my mouse anywhere on these 3 screens. Okay, so we're going to be taking the 2 posts of the brake caliper and we're going to be putting them into the matching holes of the caliper bracket. So that is going to be the caliper bracket right here. Plastic piece, but the detail on it is actually kind of cool. Not like super hyper detailed, but the detail on that's pretty cool. Not too bad. And then we're going to be grabbing the brake caliper. And this is going to be getting into the mod soon, actually. So I'm going to get my discs ready and transfers here. Get those set off to the side real quick. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 lugs and plug them into the receivers right there. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and turn that over and then put them into place with 2 BP screws. You don't need oil here, as this is plastic. Everything is different thread pattern. But the thing to remember is anytime you're going into plastic, you don't want to over torque. Once it bites and holds, you're good to go. All right, let's grab our last BP. All right, that's all put together. We have the 2 BPs there. That's what it looks like on the other side. Very cool. All right. So now I believe, I don't know, my computer just made some sort of noise. I don't know what that was, and I'm afraid OBS seems fine. Stream seems fine. Okay. Computer just made a noise. Okay. All right, so we're going to grab the 2 pieces of the brake disc here. One side just has some lug holes in it, and then the other side has the basically what you would see, if you're looking down through the side of a brake disc. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plug these into place. And is it? No, yep, I was going the wrong way. So we're going to be taking the flat side and going into the inside and lining up the lugs, pushing them into place. Then I believe this is where our first mod, outside of doing the using the marker on the scanner, this is gonna be our first mod. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and grab our drill disc brakes. So the ones that I have are the black drill disc brakes. Obviously, you're not going to see this on kit at all. It's one of those things, where it's there, and it's kind of like the rub-on transfers that we're going to be putting onto the brake calipers as well here in a second. It's one of those things where you're not going to see it, but you're going to love it when you. Ooh, are you going to paint the calipers black so the decal stands out better? I like that idea. Yes, Todd, I will. I did not even think about that. Oh, ooh, all right. I like it. So, but basically, you're not going to see them, but that it's going to be there. And when you do eventually, like if you want to remove the wheels and show people, like you'll be able to show them this. So that is actually a really good idea. Wasn't prepared for paint, but totally worth it. Absolutely. Quick airbrushing session live. And I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. And I don't need to actually, cool thing is have a complete new airbrushing setup here real quick. So I don't even really need to think about it other than getting some paper down real fast. One quick sec. All right. So some paper down here on the table. All our pieces that we don't want painted away from there, just in case. And a couple pieces of construction paper here. I am going to grab, let's grab, what do you think? Flat black. I don't have gloss, so I have flat black or NATO black, and I think flat black would work. I don't have gloss. Unless it is, I have gloss, what is it? Gloss base coat, lacquer base coat. I could do that. Let me know what you think. I don't. No. No, I don't. Gloss clear. I do have gloss clear, so I could put flat black and then do gloss clear over the top real quick. There we go. All right. Yeah, no lacquer over acrylic. That was exactly what my thought was. You're right. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to have to kick on my airbrush here. So we're going to hear some things going. Okay. Thankfully, I have everything right here that I need. So I'm not going to be painting very much, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Yeah. I think that's what this tool is. All right, thankfully. No, that's, well, you know, Jordan. Dumbass. Getting ahead of myself here. Let's go ahead and pull this screw out so we can pull the caliper off so we can paint that. Paint it all. I like the way you think, Todd. I like the way you think. All right. I like that. So let me grab my painty stick. Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly. Okay. So let's grab a little bit of our color here. Just a little bit of our flat black. I love painting with the Tamiya. Especially with, well, I love airbrushing with the Tamiya. I can tell you that. It's so interesting how brush paint works better through the airbrush. I'm thinking Vallejo versus Tamiya, and where the air paint works better on a brush. It doesn't make any sense to me. Thin this down just a little bit. I'm using my 0.3. I have a 0.3 and a 0.5 airbrush. And I will say that today was the first time that I used the compressor, the new compressor, with this airbrush. And I've not been the biggest fan of this airbrush over time, but it has made a huge difference. So let's make sure our flow is good. Let's go ahead and close that off a little bit there. There we are. All right. It is so nice just having my airbrush just ready to roll, man. I gotta say, like, before it was such a production. Like, I have it permanently just like hooked up. I have it on a yeah, the pressure is actually a little bit high. Good point. Yeah. I was blowing off my desk with the air gun that I have. There we go. It's still a little high. We're probably... All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's about 18. Yep, there we go. I was using the 0.5, and I was using some clear. I needed a little bit more pressure. And then I was using the air gun that I have to blow off the dust on my desk. I did some mods today to the Enterprise C. Getting ready for lighting that one, which is going to be pretty cool. Kind of did a hybrid... what do you call it? It was a hybrid painting and electronics thing where I basically got my wire harness ready for my nacelles for lighting, which is pretty cool. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Trust me, Todd, I'll be hitting you up in the next week. So let's go ahead and hit this with some paint. just for the sake of, I got a bunch made up. Yeah, actually, not bad. And the cool thing, now that I have 2 airbrushes, I can quickly switch over to the clear once everything's all said and done. Okay. Yeah. Oh, those clears. Oh man. Actually, I shot the video for the one after that one, and thank you, by the way, for that. I shot the next one, getting ready for, like, I actually finally finished the paint on the pylons, and it was like, oh, to complete the thought, it was the Aztec dummy, and like painting with the Aztec dummy, and I had to do some cutting to make some room for some electronics, and then I wound up running some wires, getting ready for power to each one of the nacelles. And so, yeah, I'm really super excited about that one. I really am. I wonder how far I'm going to go with the lighting on that one, and my feeling is it's probably going to be way too far. But I have all the things I need, which is super cool. All right. So, I think we are ready for clear here in just a moment. Yeah. Yeah, I like this idea. It's a much better idea than going without the like the silver. It's just going to kind of get lost. And the reason for that, let's go ahead and get the rub-on transfer package open while we're waiting for that to dry. Yeah, you know, Todd, I was thinking earlier, actually, and I appreciate that. I'm going to go and shut my door real fast, real quick. So, the other video that I shot today was so Fanhome finally shipped me the stage 4 replacement for the part that broke, and basically I watched the video, my most watched video, and it's like 3,000 views now, and it was the video where I busted the part in my hand. And I was just thinking about like where I was recording, and it was like right over there. And like I don't even use that desk anymore. It's like this tiny little desk, and you know, I don't use it anymore. I didn't have any equipment. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And yeah, just in this last month alone, my modeling world has kind of changed, which is kind of crazy. And the skill is going up, and I feel it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I should hit it with some air. And I have an air gun for this very reason. Also to, you know, blow dust off the desk and what have you. And another reason to spend money. I had a lot of fun trying to figure out how to get airlines all hooked up and what have you. So there we go. Yeah, this little compressor that Ian hooked me up with too has been working great, so it's been great. All right, awesome. So while we finish letting that dry, yeah, no, I appreciate the compliment. It's been a lot of fun, and also as well, taking some time to stop and like reset a little bit was kind of a key thing for me to do. As my compressor just goes and goes and goes. But it was a key thing for me to do. I got so far ahead, I was getting too far ahead to the point where like I was getting beyond where my skills should be naturally developing. And so to be able to like actually be here now and slow down with my builds, take my time, take hours with them instead of like trying to rush, has been 100% the big difference for me. And so yeah. Now, one thing I've never done is use Thank you, compressor. The one thing that I've never done is done transfers. And so after we get this clear, I'll take a look at these instructions really close. But these transfers themselves, and let's see if my close-in camera is working. I kind of got a little bit of a different setup for that one. Let's see. Let's see here. It is working. So what we have here, see if I can get this to work. Focus. So let's see if I can get it to focus. There, yeah, see? Nice. So the transfers are gold, and they definitely would not have turned up very well on the silver. So Todd, you're 100% correct. Yeah, this one basically is a super, like, it's just we're going to be using two of them. But yeah, that's the little pieces here. So Scotch tape, got that. Pencil, kind of have that. Or the spudger tool, I think the one that comes with the carpet. I got you. Okay, I will grab that here in just a second. So let me go grab my clear. And I'm going to use my 5.5. Whoa, let's take the whole cap with it. All right. Yep, I did clean this one. Or just something to rub the transfer on without scratching it. Perfect. I do have a selection of silicone tools, and I think this might be... Is 0.5 too big? Because I don't want to clean my... I don't want to clean the other one right now. Silicone's too soft? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can do that. Not a problem. I'll go grab the other tool here in a second. All right. So let's toss that one out here. Yeah, no, for sure. I have some trigger control then too. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with cleaning that other one right now. So that is what's going to be how it is, and we're about to find out. So it's that old F around and find out thing that we're about to find out. So, all right, let's get our clear in. Just a tiny little bit. Let's get it thinned down significantly. And let's go ahead and get it mixed up. Fortunately, the clear that I have some Tamiya clears arriving, but the clear that I have right now is the Mission Models clear, and it really, 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 really needs to be thinned. But it works well. I mean, clear is clear, and I believe this stuff is basically just like liquid glue. So it's kind of interesting. Could be wrong about that, but let's see. Do the F1 pit stop cleaning. All right. Yeah, you're right. Normally, I'm pretty cheap about it, and I go ahead and save my thinned paint, but we're going to move on real quick. So I can do a thin, quick little cleaning. Grab my cleaner real fast. Ooh, another reason to go spend money. Apparently, I need to go cleaner. I'll go ahead and swirl it around. Grab my Q-tip. Oh, no. I wasn't ready for painting at all. And that is one of the best things here. Let's go ahead and get our... Go ahead and open up the taps. That's true. It's very, very true. I do have most of everything I need right next to the desk, but some things like my loud ass compressor, which is right underneath it. I think I have enough line. I think I can move it somewhere else, actually, now that I think about it. Don't necessarily have to have it right underneath here. You're right. It is the spice. The spice melange. All right. All right, I think we're ready. So I'm going to go ahead and take that mix that we just mixed. Somehow transferred cups without an issue. And oh, Brad, yeah. So yeah, I can't decide if I'm a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan, so I just kind of like stopped trying to figure that out a long time ago. So, and it all kind of started with a podcast that my buddy Matt and I started. So check those out if you guys want. We talk about Star Wars and Star Trek and how the two franchises, although different, are a lot alike in a lot of ways. So, yeah, Todd, you're right. You're right. That was quick and easy. And we're done. Nice and sealed in and glossed up. Very nice. And we'll just kind of let that dry up for a second. So yeah, no, it's that's where it all kind of started. While we're letting this dry, let me go ahead and grab a thing to put that on real quick. I'll give you guys a little bit of a preview of something that I did earlier today, and that is this. So the pylons for the C are all masked off and painted, and I got my slot. I got my wiring harness all kind of ready to go, but we're in the process of basically getting things soldered together and planned out for that one. So yeah, so there is that. And then the bottom of it. So yeah, no, it turned out really, really well. Now that I've done the Aztec dummy more than a few times, it has just turned out so incredibly good. So this video will be coming out a week from today. So yeah, I'm still letting the paint dry. Otherwise, we would be doing a little bit more work with it right now. But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of a preview of next week's video. And then we're going to be doing a stream. We're going to be doing stages 5 and 6 of the of Knight Rider of K.I.T.T next week as well on Thursday. So while we get this dried up, I am going to go ahead and clean up. Oh, so Brad, that was the pylons for the Enterprise C. So if you combine the two pieces, and I guess I probably could have done that too. If you combine the two pieces, the engineering section slides over the top here, and then the nacelles come up off of here. So these are the pylons. So you have the matching colors on both sides. And then our slot for basically the reason why I was watching Lou Dalmaso's videos on the Aztec dummy and the lighting for this model. And he found that cutting a little port here helps get the wires routed out and keeps it clean and keeps the connection nice. He did a really big one. I just kind of chose to do a small one. I have 22. He was using 20, I believe. I'm not quite sure, gauge wires. So yeah. So that's the pylons for the Enterprise C. All right, so yeah, it's going to take just a second or two to dry. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some air, and then we'll hit it with some air and turn on my compressor. But that is amazing. Yeah, the cool thing about the Enterprise C build, I started building it before I knew about the Aztec dummy. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the way the Enterprise C was painted. I know what they were trying to do and what they were trying to pull off, but I'm just not the biggest fan. And so what I wound up doing was kind of creating my own custom paint job for it. And then I've been kind of using the Aztec dummy to supplement my skills, so to say. Honest stuff or honest thoughts on Lou's stuff, fantastic. I've done it now. I've done the nacelles for the Enterprise C. I've done the Defiant. I really wish that I hadn't lost that the video. I'm not quite sure what happened. Like something was corrupted and it just would not process through either one of my editing programs, unfortunately. So, but the Defiant and the Enterprise C, I've done now the pylons and the nacelles for the Enterprise C, and overall, really, really good. The only thing that I would say is a knock, and I've seen it in comments, is that the tape sticks a little too tough. And one of the things that someone mentioned, and I read it after I did the stage earlier today. So unfortunately, like it's over and done. But one of the things you can do is kind of take the tape and before you stick it to the model, like tap it on some paper real fast and take down a little bit of that high tack, because the issue that I was having, like the silicone brushes, no matter what I did, the only thing that was able to take down the tape was using the tweezers. And if you don't use the tweezers exactly right, it scratches the paint. And so that's what happened on the top of the nacelles. I figured out, you kind of like get the tape started, and you'll see it in the next week's episode, but you get the tape started. And then what I did is I took not this brush, but I think it was this one. Nope. It was this one here. And I took this silicone brush and basically used it to kind of smooth in the edges. So, you set it down and then you smooth it in. It kind of keeps getting the tweezer marks from underneath. But then it's peeling it off. Once you get it going, it comes off great. It masks off the paint incredibly well. You don't need to take too much care. Like I've gotten some overspray in a couple different spots and it just blocked the paint off completely. So overall, really, really impressed with it. I know that there are other masking kits out there. Just the thing with Lou is he kind of specializes and does a little bit more detailed for the Star Trek kits, which is something that, of course I'm like super into. So, it's not like, no, it's actually not like Tamiya masking tape. I would say it's more like, so I'll go ahead and throw on the screen here. Let's see if I can get my mouse going. So let's see if I can show it. Go down to the bottom here. See, I'm forgetting to do this. I can do this. So it's not quite like Tamiya masking tape. I would say it's more like, I would say it's more like curved line tape, but a little bit more firm. And it is vinyl for sure. And so I am curious, because like the Perfect Grade Falcon, as soon as you mentioned that, I'm like, ooh, yeah, because in case you guys don't know, Hobby Time modelers and we're all building the Perfect Grade Falcon on stream on Wednesdays. Watch the stream. But when you mentioned, when Todd, he was so kind, he picked up masking sets for us, very similar to the Aztec dummies. As soon as you mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah, that's the perfect way of handling that. And basically the premise is with the paint is you go high to low. So you'll start with your darkest paint, mask that off, and then you're going to go to the next color, mask that off, and then you go to the next lightest color, then you mask that off, and then you get down to the base color, which in case for the Falcon will be the oh goodness me, what is that stuff called? Insignia white, if I'm not mistaken. So you would get all the way down to that point, and then you peel off all your masks, and it reveals all the layers of paint as you go along. So yeah, that's one of those things where like you can basically like with the paint, with the tape itself, if you're careful, it's perfect. But if you're not careful, it can really turn out to be one of those things where you can scuff the paint. And obviously you're not trying to go back over with paint, because if you go back over even one little bit with new paint, you can totally change the entire outcome of the paint job. So I've been like letting a little bit of it like lie as it was, and so it is what it is. But it with specifically with the Enterprise C, the nacelles did not turn out the greatest. And I blame the Vallejo paint on that one. I tried to put Vallejo and Tamiya. Unfortunately, like, yeah, I started, when I started building the Enterprise C, it was God, a couple of months ago now. And so like my skills have gotten so much better. And so when I started building the Enterprise C, I was using the Mecha Series Air. And in order to use it in my older airbrush setup, the little hand compressor thing, I had to thin it down like crazy. And the moment I tried to use the moment I tried to like, I don't know what it was, but for whatever reason, I tried to paint the nacelles and it just came out so over wet, and it just wound up like overspraying. Oh, what's up, Donnie? So it wound up like getting just the paint was awful. And so yeah, it was one of those things where using the Mecha Series paint with the Tamiya paint, it just the fact that I got a paint job on it was amazing. I also filmed that episode the same day that I was doing the nacelle mod for the Enterprise D, and so I was able to use that gold yellow on the EM field grills. So it was kind of like this beautiful thing. And one thing that Lou didn't do is create a mask for that. And so yeah, it was I kind of created a custom mask for that one. So it turned out pretty cool. Like overall, like the masking sets are great, but I think that care and more technique. So it's kind of one thing. I have the masking kit still. What I'm going to be doing with the Enterprise C is while we're lighting it, I'm also going to be going through and reapplying the masking kit, because I had some bad paint jobs in there. They're not the worst, but like with the using household tape in the very beginning I don't know, man. I was using household tape to tape off the model. I didn't get the greatest of jobs. So I'm going to be using, while we're lighting it and getting it ready for lights and all of that jazz, I'm going to be taking the masks and going back over and cleaning up some of the paint jobs. So I'm going to continue to refine the technique. And by the time we get to that on the perfect grade Falcon, I'm hoping that I'm a little bit more skilled in that area so that I can kind of help you guys through in the process with that, because the masking like really will help create some amazing paint jobs. Like, and I'm going to be tomorrow morning, I'm filming the next episode of the Razor Crest, and I'm going to be painting off and masking with the Aztec dummy for the Razor Crest for that one. I picked up the orange for that one, and it's what's so funny to me about it is I wound up went to the store, found a special color for it, and it's sun yellow, same color. I don't know, man. I already had it. It's in a different brand. It was more expensive. I don't know. So anyway, that's what's happened with that. So yeah, I'll be using the masking kits quite a bit, and basically hoping that, you know, I'll be ready to help you guys through the process. And basically the big thing to know is you go high to low on your colors. So your darkest to your lightest in sequence. And so I'm curious to see how the plan for the Perfect Grade Falcon is going to be kind of rolled out on that one. So, all right. Moving on to kit, now that I've been talking about the Enterprise and the Falcon and other things, looks like our clear is on. It looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and move on, shall we? Let's go ahead and get it off of our, well, is it? It's a little sticky still. Yeah, the mission air, the mission models stuff is not the greatest. I know. I'm gonna go. It's just a little tacky in a couple of spots, so I'm just gonna quickly hit it with some air real quick. Full blast. As amazing as that was, it actually just did the job. So let's go ahead and clean up. I'll clean up my paint stuff after we're all said and done here. So let's go ahead and get all of our equipment all set off to the side. Yeah, actually I do. Underneath my monitor, as crazy as that sounds, you know, I got an idea. While we let this go, I do have a warm place for this to sit, and it's right underneath my monitor, as crazy as that is. And I think we're going to go ahead and move on to stage 3 or 4. Excuse me. Or is it? Yeah, stage 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to stage 4. Yeah, so I'm just getting all my stuff set off to the side here. Let's go ahead and move on to stage 4, and then we'll come back after that's had a chance to fully set up. I don't want to put anything on when I shouldn't be. So, stage 4 is a bit of a doozy, and for this one, I am going to set aside all my screws real quick and then bring out a magnetic screw holder so I'm not mixing them up. Get our transfer set over here. Get our brake over there. What's that? Oh, see the black brake disc? Let's see here. So the black brake disc is right here, and the way this one works, fairly simple actually. So we have the brake discs themselves. You can actually, yeah, that's a good point. We don't have to move on to stage 4 just yet. We can get this. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, that mod can go on. You're 100% right. So what we're going to do is, because that shouldn't take too much longer, how this works is there is a black backing pad here. And we're going to put that down. And it's just to make sure that you're not having any of the silver coming through on the vented brake discs themselves. Or yeah, so let's go ahead and get that started. Oh, this is fairly simple. This is so cool. Like, these are so simple, but one of those things that, like, you know it's there, even if it's not like immediately apparent. Someone read the instructions? Yeah, no, I know. One of the things that sucks for me with my big stupid fingers is getting. So we're only going to need one of these right now. So we're going to go ahead and set one of these aside. I can tell you that early on in my parts work career, shall we say, early on, I was a rusher and an assumer. And I think even Buck early on commented on one of my videos, and he's like, you know, I wonder if you actually read the instructions. And I had to like stop and go, you know, yeah, you're right. Oh, see? That's why we do these streams, man. Splitting the backing off like this. If you're ever looking, here's a great tip. Split the backing off with your hobby knife. Great idea. Great idea. And I do have a nice sharp hobby knife today. There we are. Just very lightly score the back. There we are. Grab a pair of tweezers real quick. Yeah, my big stupid fingers do not. Putting stickers on, I'm surprised I'm able to do fine detail work. Oh, let's go ahead. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I was using my label maker earlier, and that was damn near infuriating. So, until about halfway through the second to last one, I figured out that the label maker tape has a split in the middle of the back of it. Yep. I'm not a smart man. All right, let's get that centered on. Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my silicone brushes here. Just kind of softly push that down. There we are. All right, so now, yeah. So now, I believe on the back here, there's a film, right? A sticker? Oh, wait. Did I read the instructions? Thought I did. I don't think there are any instructions. So, is there a sticker on the back here? Or is that what this is all about? Well, there's a couple of them in here. Let's find out. You can also read the mod zone thing here. Oh, yeah. You're right. I read the instructions good. And you know what? That is almost super on there really good. But we got that pulled off. They do provide one extra, it seems, in case you're a dumbass like me. There we are. No, you're right. And it doesn't need to be stuck down because, because the brake caliper is going to hold it in place, because that's how that works. Ay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So now let's go ahead and very carefully, you can see we have the, maybe it picks up there. It is slotted and drilled, so it's kind of a cool little effect. Like that would probably be, $100 brake pad or brake disc. All right, perfect. So, and then it does just sit right on top, just like that. So now let's go ahead and get these set off to the side because we're not going to be using these again until next time. So I'm going to go ahead and move those away. And got the robot transfers. There we are. Now let's go ahead and see how this is doing. The discs are directional. On the back side, there is no slotting. So you can see that, hopefully it'll pick up. You can also let's go ahead and bring in the close-in camera here. Things are sitting over there. So if you look here on this side, this is the side we're going to be installing on the out. Oh, I see what you're saying. And then here on the back, let's see if I can pull that forward a little bit there. There's no slots. So yeah. And no, there is no as far as I believe, there are no it doesn't have any instructions with it. So let me take a look at the other one real quick, see if it has a left and a right wheel. So then if that was the case, actually it does, because you're the way it goes is I believe they slot back when it's spinning forward, and this is the left wheel. They are opposite designs. So they spin. Yeah. Yep. So this is the left wheel, which is the driver's side. So when it's spinning, it would fling it away. So I do have the wrong one. Thank you for that. I know it doesn't really technically matter, but it does to me. Accuracy does matter. Yep, exactly. If they spin, it was a fan. So there are no instructions with this, but no, yeah, you're right. You're never going to see it. But once again, if I know it's not going to be right, and so we have to make sure that's right. So yeah, it flings. So the way it works is like this is going to be the front, and it spins like this, and it's meant the grooves are meant to fling away heat this way. So yep, you're 100% right. So that is this one, and that one goes on there. Yep, no one's going to see it, but I'll know. I will know. So thank you for that. All right. So now let's see how we're doing here. Oh, perfect. Nice and dry. Nice. Perfect. All right. That turned out okay. I need to get some gloss black. I do have gloss black, but it's testers. I'm not touching that trash. That's not happening. Not using testers today. Not on stream anyway, while I have dignity. So let's go ahead and get the transfer taken on. So where we're going to be putting the caliper transfer on is going to be right here. Let's see if I can get it into the screen. There it is. So it's going to be going in right there. And we're going to make sure we got it positioned correctly. Okay. So go ahead and bring up this comment real fast from Todd. So if you can't find the spudger, you can use the rounded edge of your brush handles to rub the transfer to. Just depends on the shape of the caliper if it fits down in there. I'm thinking about actually going the caliper is towards the back of the car. Thank you. I was about to ask. So that's perfect. So in that case, it's going to fit in like that. Perfect. And is it at a yeah, it's a straight back. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of testers. Just I don't know. It's enamels. I'm not like it. It reminds me of being a kid. I don't know, Donnie. Although with the winky face, I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about. When I was a kid, testers was the gold standard, right? And nowadays, it's I started with it, and I was like, oh, there are much better paints out there. All right, so it's at the 3 o'clock. Okay, perfect. So that is exactly what I needed to know. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to be fitting the caliper in place. So that's what that one looks like. Now, yeah, when I first bought paint, and I think it was for what model was that? Was that the NX01? Yeah, I was buying. Oh no, it wasn't the NX01. It was the Marauder. Yeah, I was buying testers for that. And that's when I discovered Tamiya. It was in the middle of that one. So, yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get the transfer on. So the brake caliper itself is going to be sitting at about the 3 o'clock position. So it'll be just like that. And let's go ahead and close off our close in camera. All right. Now I'm going to go grab the trunk mod. So I can grab the spudger. Yep. As soon as I came back over, that's what I saw. So here's the trunk carpets. This is from it's an older generation, but it does check out. Yeah, it's I believe the carpets have changed a little bit. And to be honest with you, anything is better than the plastic. And I really like these. It's such a cool like fabric to put on. So like, yeah, I'm gonna keep the spudger out and just keep it part of the tool set. Get that set off to the side. Yeah, so like this basically was this how we would do it? Basically just set it down and okay. Let me grab my instructions here. So we need to trim the design from the transfer sheet. That's where to go. Tiniest little thing. Yeah, I mean, if carpet or no carpet, no, that's gross. Carpet's fine. Oh man, I don't even know what I say sometimes. Okay, let's go ahead and get one of our transfers off. So using tape, apply the tape to the front of the transfer and carry across the front of the model away from the backing paper. Oh, that's it. Easy enough. Okay, cool. Simple. Perfect. Learning something tonight. So let's go ahead and pull that out real fast. Let's go ahead and cut out our transfer here. And is it... Wow, these are super small. I see. Okay. It's like, which way does the logo go? I've always liked the Knight Industries logo. Super cool. Obviously a huge Knight Rider fan as a kid, so... But that is a super cool logo. Okay. Huh, interesting. Looks like there's already tape built into it. Okay, I see. Yep, the transfer facing the part. Got you. Well, I just flung it, but thankfully it didn't go far. Okay, let's get that sharp blade out of the way. Get our other transfers out of the way. So now, is there like a little protective sheet over the front of it? Yes, there is. Okay. I was like, wait, there's a protective sheet sitting over the top of it. So let's grab our tape. Probably don't need a very big piece of tape. Heard that, Todd? So now, just knowing that it's supposed to be, oh man, me and fine detail work the best. Oh man. Let's make sure that we got this going in the correct direction. Wow. Apparently I need glasses. Okay. Wait. Am I missing something here? Well, it's a good thing they give an extra because apparently I just pulled part of it out, and it's just from me being klutzy. So, yeah, I was like, wait, that doesn't look right. I pulled part of it away. So, what I'm going to do is cut off the next piece and be much more careful this time. And there we are. There we are. I got that nice and separated that time without any issues. So let's carefully set that off to the side. Wow. These transfers are super finicky. Trying to be super careful, and it just literally popped off on me. Uh-oh. Wow. Well. Let's go ahead and go back to the one that I said we weren't going to use, and let's go ahead and use that one. Wow. And that transfer just fell off too. Wow. Well. All right. I think I have one transfer right now, and it is likely if I can't get this one to work, this may not be a one that we do. Oh my goodness. Wow. It just popped right off. I don't know if I'm doing this wrong. The transfer sheet itself is super weird. We'll see. If I can get this one on, then I will order another one. This is one of the cheaper ones. Totally no problem. Okay. So it has... Okay. Be very careful. Has a piece of tape built into it already. How interesting. Okay. So now, as I struggle, it's going to be sitting at the 3 o'clock position. There we are. Well, it is in place now, whether I want it to be there or not. And it just went right on. Well, looks like I've got all the pieces on the other one, so I think we're going to be good. My goodness. I'm going to very carefully, real quick, put these back into this. I was able to get that on. Like, it was just super anxious to come off. So I have all the other pieces off this. I think we get our next wheel in a few stages, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll go ahead and just set those off to the side, and I will go ahead and order a replacement just in case. And if anybody needs one of those, if you're building along, you can let me know. And if I manage to save 2 of them, I'll let you know for sure. So I'll go ahead and set that off to the side. I think we can resume our build. Okay. So now our transfer's in place. Let's go ahead and get our brake caliper and brake pad set in. Or not brake pad, but the rotor set into place. That looks really good. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. I need to be paying attention to what I'm doing here. All of the streams. There we are. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's grab our pieces here. And we're getting pretty close. And we're getting ready to do our next mod, which is going to be the hubcap conversion mod. So let's grab that piece. And then that one is, this is going to, which is also die cast. That's very nice. That's really cool. So you'll see down here at the bottom, hopefully it comes up on my camera. But anyway, there's a lug down here, a key. It's basically keyed to go in to this spot and this spot only. So we're going to go ahead and lock that into place just like that. Very nice. So our knuckle is all set and put together. Now let's go ahead and see about getting this installed to the back of our tire. And this thing is hefty. I just have to say, like, this is actually pretty hefty. This is a heavy piece. Super cool. All right. So we got that set into place. Now, if you notice here, there is a lug receiver right there. And at the bottom of the wheel, right down here, there is the lug that's actually going to hook into that place. So let's go ahead and get that. And this is going to, basically the spindle is going to fit right into here. So let's go ahead and get that slotted in. And that went together perfectly. Very, very nice. Okay. Now, as you can see, went together very, very nice. As you can see, oh my goodness, there it is. All right, there we go. We need to obviously make sure everything's set in place here now that fell out. Actually, no. I want to make sure that I got my parts locked in before I move on. Yeah, that wasn't put in the right place. There we are. And then that gets locked in. There we are. As my compressor just turns on, I'm going to go ahead and kick that off real fast. All right. So we are now going to flip this over while holding the assembly. And then we're going to grab this washer while holding the assembly. We're going to go ahead and grab this washer. Oh. And we're going to go and set it down into place. Right at the center of the hub. Just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and fix it into place with one FM screw. And our FM is right here. We're going to go and dip it in some oil. And then lock that in place. So I got the transfer on, but after I almost ruined two of them. That's how that went. I was able to save the pieces. The transfer was really eager to come off. I would just say that. And it was... Oh, goodness. Well, thanks, Brad. Have a great night. Really appreciate you watching. Definitely will have the rest of the VOD up after the stream is over. So really appreciate you checking it out tonight. Have a great night. So yeah, I was able to save the pieces, but I may have to order a new transfer set for the other side when we get to it. I'm probably going to go over to Mike Lane as soon as we're done. It was a bit of struggle bus for sure, but we got it all put into place. And the one that went on really, really well. So, okay. That is that taken care of. And now, my friends, it is time for the hubcap conversion kit. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get my scissors put out of the way here. Get some of my equipment cleared out. There we are. Okay, so now for the hubcap conversion kit. Basically, let me go ahead and bring up the mod. And what we're going to be doing, so basically what Fanhome calls for, what DeAgostini calls for, is for us to take the hubcap, the bowling ball cap, and fix it into place, and then put I think it's what I think they're AM screws. We're gonna be putting AM screws into place, and then you have your exposed screws. That's not how we're gonna do this. So the hubcap conversion kit is a set of magnets and a set of stickers. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to take one magnet and we're going to set it right here in the middle. And then we're going to put, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So you just put one magnet. We're going to fix it right into place right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the silver stickers and we're going to put them over each one of these screw holes. And then from there, we'll be able to just drop the hubcap in place and then take it off on a whim. And it looks much better because we're not going to have all of this sitting exposed. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's see here. Let's start here. So in the center of the hubcap, there is a molding mark. Let's go ahead and get all our parts out here real fast. And we're going to be continuing. This is going to be how we're going to do every single one of our wheels going forward. So it's got, this one actually feels like it has instructions inside of it. So, interesting. Here are the magnets. Here is our tool. So, now, magnet warning. Don't eat magnets, kids. Especially rare earth magnets, for the love of God. All right. So, yeah, you're going to replace all the screws. Okay, perfect. Nice and easy. So, oh, okay. So I'm just, sorry, concentrating. I was just kind of looking at what this felt piece is for. And it's just for protecting the hub while you're removing it. Okay. So on the back of the magnets, looks like they have some tape put in place. So let's go ahead and get that started. Just wanted to make sure I was reading my instructions. So, wow, these are really strong magnets. So let's go ahead and get one of these off. And they do have tape on the back of them, which is fantastic. My tiny little hands, you guys. My God. Okay. And it's magnetic, so it just stuck right to the tweezers, which is nice. All right. That is some serious tape for sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that set in the exact center. I say. There we are. Let me use the back of this tool to push that down into place. Okay. So now I'm going to take my stickers. And put one in each hole here. Yeah, as soon as I saw the magnetic hubs, it was like if there was one mod that I would have chosen for this one immediately, if I could choose no other mod, it would have been this. Because one of the most iconic things with Kit specifically, on the outside, he's a very Kit's fun stuff is on the inside of the car, right? All of the LEDs and all of the stuff was really futuristic at the time. The fact that it was like a buddy cop show, but there was a cop and and an incredibly cheesy dude. Those were all things, and I need to stop using the sharp tweezers for this, by the way. But the outside of Kit, outside of the scanner, and then later in season 4, with the Super Pursuit mode, like the outside of the car is really just, your typical 82 Trans Am, nothing like super crazy or super cool. That being said, however, one of the very cool things with K.I.T.T was his hubcaps. And the fact that this has exposed screws is one of those things where it's just like, no thanks. I do not want to see exposed screws on the outside of the car or on the inside. So we're also going to be modding the seatbelts and doing all the things that, Todd, you did. And if you guys aren't aware, you want me to install the scanner tonight? Oh, so that would be, the thing is, like, we are coming up here. We're at an hour and a half now, actually. And that next stage is actually a pretty quick one. So I think that's a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and do stage 5. Skip over 4. And we'll go ahead and install the scanner tonight. I do have a way of powering it. I have a power supply, but I've got a desktop power supply that I just picked up, but I've not used it yet. So I'll likely need some help with that. Needed to kind of do some research on that. But yeah, I picked up a power supply and some leads and all that jazz. So we can 100% do that. We'll go ahead and do stage 5. So, all right, let's go ahead and get our parts put back into their respective spots so I don't lose anything. And I got time. I mean, I can stream for a while. Like, I'm not in any sort of hurry or whatever. So let's go ahead and we'll do stage 5, and we're going to be installing the brick stuff scanner because the scanner that they provide is not good enough. We're going to be doing the probably one of the coolest mods for K.I.T.T here in a second. So because the console does look like a very complicated, heavy build. So started to look at it going, ooh, what sort of time are we at? I mean, obviously I can do whatever, but want to keep those times. Okay. I can do that too. I can do that too. What I might do then, let's do the dash, because then I have the grills or the the idea today was I was going to do 3 and 4, and then the scanner is going to be 5 and 6. So I think what I'll do this episode is I'm going to continue on 3 and 4. Although complicated in a lot of parts, the dash goes together pretty quick, and then we can put the grills on. And then what I'll do is stage 6 and then stage 5 next week, with stage 5 being the scanner being activated and all that jazz. And then working through, I need to figure out how to use my power supply and all that stuff. So I think that's going to be the better way of going. You had me thinking there, though, for a second there, Todd. So, all right. So now what we're going to do is this one has, I believe it's got a, what is this for? Well, anyway, let's just go ahead and set that in place. And there it is. Beautiful. It's gorgeous. That is exactly how K.I.T.'s wheels should look. Oh, is that what that is? It's a long black magnet? Oh, I see. So that's meant to, you're going to use the felt pad plus the magnet. Let's go ahead and practice that real quick. Yep, perfect. So that long thing that had the magnets on it, the little black thing here, this one is the puller. So what we're going to do is this felt pad is to protect the hub. We'll set that over the top. And then and kind of pull it up. But with K.I.T.T, yeah, you're right, Todd. You can grab. Oh yeah, for whatever reason, those hubcaps in there pretty good. So you're going to use it kind of in conjunction and just very gently prop up. Yeah. There we go. So very gently prop up on the outside, and then you can lift out the hub, and then use that to set it in place, and pull that off away. Perfect. Well, 1 of 4 of K.I.T.'s wheels are done, and I gotta say, this thing is pretty damn heavy. I'm surprised. And that technique, by the way, as Todd is saying in the comments, is more for the center cap cars. Like if there's if you have one where it's like recessed or what have you, specifically like the DeLorean, for instance, you definitely want to get the puller for that. So yeah, this is a heavy wheel, and if this is any indication, the rest of the rest of this is going to be just heavy, super cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get that set off to the side, and let's get ready for stage number 4, pun intended. Very nice. Very cool. Yeah, these mods are super cool. Like, I mean, once again, very simple things, very simple stuff, but add to the quality. Like, even with the rub-off transfer that didn't go the best, I still got it on there really well, and I just need to either replace it or don't. I will replace it for sure. So let's go ahead and grab the dash. Now, this is super cool for me. I know a lot of the work that we're going to be doing here is likely going to be replaced down the line. Only 90 minutes to build a wheel. That's so true. You know what, though? That's what the streams are for, and it's great. And I never would have thought of painting that. So that was perfect. It's perfect. So before we move on real quick, stage 4, I need to go ahead and get my screws all separated out here. So what I've done is I got my screw box here, and I got them labeled for my kit screw box. We're going to grab our AMs, and that is going to go right there. Then we have our FMs. And then we have our, is that a BP? There we are. And that one is empty. All right. So those are all set aside. Very nice. Ready to go for the next one. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like Mike Lane, I know he's got Mike Lane's got a dash mod that currently exists right now that is amazing, but he's about to have an even better one. And I think I'm going to hold out and wait for that one as well. Now, the question I have is, does that mod, does it just replace the parts that we're about to be installing here in the inner part of the dash, and then it keeps the actual dash? Because I was curious about that. Oh, so if you guys are doing part works here, let me go ahead and bring up this tip from Todd. Let me go ahead and activate my mouse. Where are you? There it is. So put the screw labels on the sides of the compartments. Eventually, you will have so many spare screws, you won't be able to see the label on the bottom. Heard that? I will take care of that as soon as we get off stream tonight. I like it. Okay, perfect. Yep. So just the gauges. Awesome. Love it. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. And we'll see what we can do about it. Oh my God. Look at that. Apparently a hobby knife. It's on the list of things that I need to replace too. Good Lord. You guys all know this, but this hobby is expensive. I saw this opening method on World of Wayne, and I was like, I have to try this. And it works so well. Awesome. All right. Let's see how quick we can get this one through. Yeah, because if it wasn't just the gauges and it was winding up like doing much more of it, I would have actually not replaced. I would have done the drills later on. Oh yes, the sound of plastic squeaking. Gotta love it. All right. Oh, this is super cool. Oh, and you can even see it's going to be hard to pick up, and I'm not even going to try, but you can see K.I.T.'s voice box, and you can see the 3 stripes going up and down. Oh, super cool. I am going to do a monitor mod. Yeah. I am going to. It's the only one that there's actually a couple. It's the door carpets as well that I haven't gotten, and then the PMD stickers or the decals for those seats. I still need to pick up. I thought I gotten everything. There's a couple more. So I am going to do the monitor mod, and I'm waiting. Obviously, it's like about 16 months away based on where I'm at right now before that mod needs to become permanent for me. So the idea is here basically is I'm just going to build it, wait to see whatever Mike Lane or Chloe at Model Mods. Okay, I'll check that out too. But I'm gonna wait until then to make the decision as we get a little bit closer. That is about 16 months from now. So yeah, kind of one of those things. So let's go ahead and grab our dashboard, and that is super cool. Like K.I.T.'s dash. Like as a kid, I would have killed to hold this in my hands. Even just a small one like this. Super cool. Yeah, I mean, Mike Lane, the thing with him, like the thing I obviously don't know Chloe over Model Mods. But the thing that I really liked about Mike Lane so far is just like, the dedication to the art of modding models. It's pretty amazing. I can't wait to see what he does coming up. Like the monitor mod is just insane. So definitely looking forward to doing that. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the next page. There we are. Okay. So on this stage, we're going to be attaching various instrument panels and screens to the dashboard and mount the steering wheel buttons. So, and then at the end of that, we're going to go ahead and put in our dashboard mod, which is going to be super cool. So I'm going to leave my parts in their respective spots until it's time to install them. So let's go ahead and start rolling through. So we're going to grab the voice box, and that is going to be, if I know my Knight Rider correctly, we are going to need the voice box here, and we're going to need this piece here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to line up this lug into this spot right here. And that just fits nicely into place. And this is obviously what sits at the top of the dash. K.I.T.'s voice box is right here. And then the ignition, the igniters, or whatever you want to call it, the doink, 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 doink. And then all of K.I.T.'s buttons turn on and stuff like that. That's what that is. So that one's done. Nice and quick and simple. And then we are going to the startup panel. There it is. That's what it's called. We are going to turn our part over. And the startup panel is going to go right into place right here. And the startup panel is going to be right there. Now we're going to be very gentle with all of these pieces, and we want to make sure that we're putting them in the correct direction. Soji is currently crying at the door. She's like, why is the door closed? All right, so that is what that all looks like. Very nice. Super cool. All right, so that's just going to sit very gently in place right there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to go ahead and affix this one into place right here. Position them over those lugs. And I haven't even done out my screws yet. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Don't know where any of my things are. Let's go ahead and get our screws out. Got our BPs. Our GMs. looks like just APs. Okay. Not too many screws this round. Ooh, eh. Well, I throw things. It's what I do, y'all. Okay. So now let's go ahead and take a look at our instructions here real fast. We're going to go ahead and secure this into place with 2 BP screws. And these Wera screwdrivers are so nice. I can't believe I built on these Momos for so long. With the stock screwdrivers that came with it. God. I am going to go let my kitten in real fast because she's just going to cry at the door. Come here, boo-boo. She just came charging in here like she owns the place. All right. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and turn this over, and we're going to go ahead and grab Kit's voice box, and we're going to go ahead and plug it in, but we're going to do so very, very, very carefully. So let's go ahead and set his voice box in, and let's see if it can kind of come through. I don't want to grab my close-in camera right now and press those buttons, but there's his voice box. Let's go ahead and set him in place. Just being very gentle. And he is going to get secured. Oh, I see. Ay, ay, ay. Being very gentle, I say. You're going to kind of slide him up. In. Just like that. So, in here, you kind of want to do one of these motions where you slide it in to the spot and then push him up. And just be very gentle with it. And you can tell that this is season 3 or beyond because the hero car, the pursuit mode, was blue. I know way too much about pop culture. It's kind of disgusting, especially Knight Rider. Okay. First passion. It was Knight Rider, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Star Trek, and then Star Wars, and then Stargate, and then Battlestar Galactica, and it just goes on and on and on. But Knight Rider was where it started. All of it. I love it. Okay. So now let's go ahead and grab, start with 4F, and 4F is going to be this shaped one right here. And the appropriate translite, I guess is what this would be. This is kind of a translate material. So it's clear on the back, a little bit of a flash there. But it's clear on the back, and it's got the translate through on the other side. Eventually, this is going to be replaced, but for now, we're going to be putting this in here. So let's go ahead and slide that into place. And it should just tab right in. Yep. Just be very careful around the edges. You don't want to collapse the piece, especially with my big stupid fingers. There we are. So now we're going to go ahead and slot that one. Where is that one going to go? Right next to his voice box. Okay. So that one. Where are we going to go? Oh, it's upside down, Jordan. There go, just like that. Yep, there we go. Then we're going to use 1 BP screw. Not 2, but 1. And just a reminder once again, when screwing in, when screwing in your plastic pieces, I'm going to go ahead and pull this a little bit closer to me so I can see it. When screwing in your plastic pieces together, be very careful. Don't over torque your screws. There we are. Let's go ahead and take a look. So don't worry about this hanging down. There's going to be like a cowl that we're going to be putting in place that kind of secures everything in. But there is that. That's super cool. I like that. Super, super cool. All right. So now we're going to grab, which one? I'm going to go up to my instructions here and just find which piece is which. So 4B, and that's going to be this one right here. We're going to grab the dashboard left panel. We are going to put it into place just like this. Just like that. No. Just like that. Yes. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. Very cool. All right. And then we're going to be securing it in 3 spots with 3 BP screws. And it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Starting up here at the top. There it goes. And once again, just tight enough. Don't over torque. There we are. And one more. All right, there you are. Oh, yeah. Now it created that nice little inset that we're used to seeing. Yes, you are, Todd. Thank you. Keeping it alive for sure. Okay, so now let's go ahead and grab 4D, which is going to be the TV's one. And that is going to be, where are you? There you are. So 4D is going to be right here. And let's go ahead and grab the screens for 4D. And some generic stuff on the screen. Vital signs and an image, a cut off image of the road ahead. Nice job. All right. Go slide that into place. Very nice. Now let's go ahead and scroll down here. This is going to come over onto the other side right here where the monitors go. And that's going to slide in just like that. And we're going to secure this into place with 2 BP screws. There we are. Very nice. Oh, that's cool. Like, it may be a little, like, a little jank, but you know what? I gotta say, I can't disagree. That's pretty cool. All right. The little cutoff part is totally fine. Okay. So now let's go ahead and get on to 4E, which is going to be this piece right here. And it's going to be the main piece of K.I.T.'s display. And that's going to be this one over here. Let's go ahead and slot that into place. Just like so. Very cool. And then I'm assuming the next step, here we are assuming, yeah, you know, Todd, it's not bad. It really isn't that bad. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, Mike Lane, whatever he's got coming up next should be pretty cool. And I'm hoping that it's like these LEDs that kind of move up and down and do the things that, you know, makes it look like K.I.T. is thinking and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and set that one into place. And we're going to go ahead and secure that with 2 BP screws. Oh, his dash will be animated. Oh, man. Okay. Yep. Super cool. There's a certain charm to the season 1 kit. You know, like he had, I think, what, 2 weeks to build the bottle, or to build the car for the show, and very limited budget. And what he did for that first season was just amazing. I can't think of the name of the guy right now off the top of my head, but yeah, there you go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It turned out really, really cool. Okay. So now let's go ahead, and I believe the next part that we're going to be installing is going to be the buttons that go right here. And those are those right there. And the thing to note is these buttons are slightly offset so that they kind of go off to the right. And that's what we want them to do. So we want to fit them in so that they slot in just like that and through. So if we hold it like that, you see the buttons coming through properly. That's very cool. Yeah, that's right. How's it? It's Chef, right? Or Chefy? That's right. And he also built the DeLorean. That's right. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I've heard it Knight Rider Historians. I've heard it pronounced a bunch of times, but I can't think of who it the name of the guy right now off the top of my head. Like Sheffy, Michael Sheffy. And then later George Barris. I definitely know who George Barris is. So okay. Let's go ahead and grab this little panel right here. And that is actually going to fit into place just over the top and secure this in. We're going to secure that with 1 BP screw. Now, the thing to know... Oh, so Barris did... Yeah, that's right. So he did the convertible and the Super Pursuit Mode versions. And it's such a shame. The Super Pursuit Mode vehicle did not get enough love in the final season. They stopped using it after a certain point. So it was like, I think the last 3 episodes didn't even have the Super Pursuit Mode vehicle in it. So anyway, there is a little tab, a little lug hole right there. And then there is a matching lug hole right there. We're going to go ahead and get that put into place right there. Maybe. There it is. Clicked right into place. There we go. And then with 1 BP screw, we'll go ahead and secure that in. And it's a shame the Super Pursuit Mode vehicle did not survive. It was not one of the 5 surviving kits. Super sad. All right. So that one's nice and plugged in place. There we are. Very, very cool. Yeah, I like that. That looks great. Okay, so now I believe the last thing we're going to be doing here is taking 4C, which is this one, And we're going to grab our last little graphic. And it's just some of K.I.T.'s dials and gauges. There we are. And we're going to go ahead and plug that into place. And this is specific. It does want it to go one way, and it's not the way I just tried to put it in. There is a bit of a bevel or an angle to this, and so it only will fit in the one way that it's supposed to go. All right, so there's that. Now, there are 2 lugs here, 2 lug holes there, and then there are going to be 2 lugs right here and here, and that's where we're going to be attaching those 2. And then the screw posts are going to be here and here. So let's get that clicked into place. Very cool. That is going to be 2 BP screws. I think this is most of his dash actually put together. Got a couple more pieces here, but actually, steering wheel. Yeah, cool. It's going together pretty quick. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. Stock, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like, for stock parts, like, this is cool. For at least the next 16 months, this is what I'm going to have to look at. And yeah, this is pretty damn cool. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and finish up the rest of this stage. So, yeah, I've heard that lighting is what makes it look weird. So, but unlit, it looks awesome. I'm kind of curious. Oh, no, I wouldn't be able to put a flashlight. We need LEDs to go in there. So, okay. So this is our dash all taken care of. I'm going to kind of move that off to the side real quick. Now, let's go on to step 10, which is going to be starting to affix some of our pieces into the steering wheel. And one of the things that I didn't realize until I was probably, oh, goodness me, maybe 15, 16 years old. I used to think that like the turbo boost buttons and stuff like that were affixed lower onto the dash. I didn't realize that they were actually affixed to the steering wheel. Super cool. I had no clue. Like, it's almost like I remember the Ford Probe, if I remember was the name of the car. It had like the steering wheels, like the turn signal stuff attached to this the steering wheel. It's super weird. It kind of gives me it reminds me of that. So I know, a little off tangent there. So let's grab one of his button sets. And the cool thing is if you can kind of see here, maybe. So through here, there's going to be a ridge, and it kind of goes straight, and then it cuts down like this. It is keyed for only one side. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and slot that in, just like so. And then push it down into place so that it looks just like that. Pretty cool. I like it. So let's go ahead and finish slotting that down. Let's grab the next one. Get that one tabbed into place. Awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I believe, is we're going to grab the back of this, and we're going to go ahead and slot that one. And I believe it's going to be, which way do the lugs go out? Just like that. There we are. That's going to slot right there. And then we're going to go ahead and secure this with 2 AP screws. And I believe that this is the end. Stage number 4. Yeah. You have some GM screws that we didn't wind up using. Likely going to be for the next stages. All right. And there that is. And if moving forward, yeah, we're going to be assembling the steering wheel. Ooh. Or the gull wing, I think is what they call it. This is die cast and a significant little piece. It's going to fit in like that eventually. So, yeah, something like that over time. Now, the cool thing is the Knight Industries logo, and this is kind of like a little throwback of an Easter egg. This was, I think, in the very first episode, and then we never saw it again, if I'm not mistaken. But this is going to be for later on. But you install the Knight Industries logo right into the steering wheel right there. There it is. Oh, my God. This is me. Oh, this is a great comment, Todd. That is a fantastic. I remember going to a Pontiac dealership as a 15-year-old and being all sneaky and asking for a black Trans Am with bowling ball wheels. Get out, kid. We ain't got no kid here. That's right. The logo stays, but what winds up not being there is it says Knight 2000 underneath, and that's a little throwback that we got. That's right. That's what that is. So those are going to be done in the future stages. I believe it's going to be done in the next stage, and we're going to start working on all of that. So that is stage 3 and stage 4 all complete. Let's go ahead and get our screws all set up to the side here. Let's see if I can prop this up with something clever here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not clever. We're not going to prop that up. I don't know. So there it is. Maybe. No, I'm not going to struggle. So there it is. I don't even know. Use the wheel? Oh, man. Like, what a genius. Oh, man. It's like you've done this before, Todd. There it is. Although, maybe. There we go. There it is. Hold on. We're not done yet. What was I thinking? We got the dashboard grills, y'all. I was like, it's been over 2 hours. Let's go ahead and do this. Chase, thanks for it's nice to see an unscripted build. Yeah, a lot of the time it's me just kind of going, duh. And then editing it out. Thankfully, I'm really good at editing because I do a lot of the duh. So let's go ahead and do our dashboard grills before we move on. And this one is super cool. So yeah, I do just wing it live. That's for damn sure. And I think that's the best part. I love streaming. I really do. Streaming is like one of my favorite things now to do. I really look forward to this. So, okay. So what we see here is this is how it comes stock. Like the speaker covers just kind of look crappy. The defroster kind of looks crappy. No. We're not doing that. So I believe this is just as simple as there are a couple of pads here. We're going to cut this in half. And then this little pad, let's go ahead and start with the big one here. Matter of fact, I am going to, Todd, pull up your dashboard grill mod. No, you're not too old to say mid. I say mid all the time. Okay, I thought so. Pretty simple. We have our 3M backing papers here. And so we're going to start with the little one here. And what I'm going to do, find my backing or find my hobby knife, grab my sharp tweezers, There it is. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pull out. Am I right? Sorry. Oh, yeah. Well, I managed to slice it just fine, thank God. Thank God. So let's go ahead and grab that. All right. So there are two sides to this. Flat side and then the one with a little bit of texture. The one with texture is going to go on the top. And speaking of, where did it go? Oh, man. Wow. I literally took the tape off and I have no idea where it went. Insanity. Insanity, they say. So there's the other one. There's that one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Like, actually, I don't feel like I did, but no, did I? Yeah, I feel like I did peel the adhesive off, but I have no idea where it went. Oh my goodness. Hold on. No, I cut it in half is what I did. Oh my God. Yep, there it is. That's why, Todd. That's why we don't do that. You're right. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with the remaining pieces of the plastic right here. Yep, winging it. We are winging it. Wow, this adhesive is strange. I had thought about gluing it down, and I may just do that here real quick for the other side. So let's go ahead and start here. Get that one done. Slow down. Oh, yeah. Very nice. I see why you glued it, actually, but I will take care of that off stream. So that's actually a good idea. I'll glue that down after we're said and done. The other side rails here should be fairly easy. So let's go ahead and grab those real fast, and then we will be done for the night. Thanks for sticking around a little bit extra tonight, guys. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I noticed, like there's the center raised parts, and it makes sense. Like it gives that depth. So yeah, I will definitely be taking a little bit of that, taking a little bit of glue and gluing that down in between. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut. It says on your instructions to cut a little piece off here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off. Oh, this stuff is super fine. You know, no, I'm not dealing with these stickers. Not happening. What type of glue should I use? CA, more than likely. And I'm going to wait for the response on that one. Yep, CA for sure. Let's go ahead and grab. It's been a minute since I used my CA. Yeah, tiny drops is exactly what my thought is. So I grab a tiny, tiny drop right here. Maybe. Wow, that's actually really, really clogged. Haven't used it in a minute. Bye-bye. There it is. Oh, super glue on the finger because that was not a tiny drop. I'm going to grab my sprue thing from earlier. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of our CA in here. Let's grab our pin vise. Thank you, Alexa. Just like that. Now, just very carefully set that down into place. Boom. Boom, baby. Very nice. Let's go ahead and push that down and hold it in place for a second. There we are. And grab a little bit more here of our CA. And we're going to go on to the back of our other grill here. And you guys know how much I love super glue, and I currently can feel that literally drying on my finger right now, and it is infuriating. Okay. And this pin vise thing is just glorious. Thank you all for that tip. That is just glorious. Okay. Let's go ahead and set this one carefully down inside. Now, let's go ahead and grab out that piece and go ahead and glue it down and get that crappy tape off the back of it. So I'm going to go a couple of tiny little dots. I think I'm going to put the dots. Would it be better, Todd, to put the dots here, like on the grill, or just on the back here and like put a swath? Because I don't, there's not a whole lot of contact surface here along the outside, and I don't want to have any what do you call it, over gluing. Okay, drop in the middle, drop at both ends. Grab my tweezers so I do not grab the glued part. Set that in place. I'm going to go ahead and hold it. A couple seconds. Magic, baby. Super glue all day long. I love it. All right. I think now we're done. Let's go ahead and prop this up here on the wheel. Oh, the mod just popped out again. I did not hold it long enough for the grill. This is what I do, you guys. Like I rush. Oh no. What we're not going to do is what I just did. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that just like that and let that dry. Put all these things up in front that we happen to have collected over time. And there we are. We got our dashboard grills. We got our brake calipers transfers. We got our vented disc brakes. And we have our mod for the hubcap. There it is. Chase, thank you so much. And thank you guys all so much as well. Todd, as always, you're amazing. Thanks for your help earlier today as well. I was able to kind of sneak in before the night shift intro, the new intro that we're going to be doing for all of our videos. So yeah, thank you for all the help with that over the last day or so. And yeah, this has been a lot of fun, and definitely the help tonight, definitely. And for all of you guys, thank you so much for watching. I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent a couple minutes with me watching me struggle through building a model, which I think is pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, we will be back next week at the same time to get stages 5 and 6 put together. And then I'll be streaming this weekend with Hobby Time Modelers. Make sure to check us out there as well. So until then, I just want to say thank you. Hope you all have a wonderful evening tonight. And what would be an appropriate thing? I know what to say to the end of a Knight Rider stream. And just remember that one man can make a difference.